So I just made the worst mistake ever that any videographer or anybody making a video can make. So this lapel mic has an audio switch, which I forgot to turn on. And I've been talking for maybe 10 minutes and none of it was captured. So here's the deal. I hope I can cover everything that I've covered in the past 10 minutes and hopefully bring it back to light, because I felt like I was really engaged in what I was sharing with you. But let's cover it again. So first thing is this, the reason why I'm making this video, I want to say a big thank you to all of you that have subscribed to the channel. I want to say a big thank you to all of you that have interacted with me. I want to say a big thank you to all of you that have actually come back to share the good news, the bad news, the words of encouragement and all that with me. The reason is because at the end of the day, I see this as a community of aspiring pilots, current pilots, aviators, and the goal of all of this is to become a professional pilot at the end of it all. When I first started this channel, my intentions were to pretty much share good information for people that are aspiring to be pilots, and information like, how to choose a school, how to navigate getting a visa for international students, how to, say maybe pass a check ride, the challenges of becoming a pilot, things of that nature, how to save money and all that. And in as much as that is still the core of this channel, which encompasses, the foundation of going through a flight school and becoming a pilot, I want you to also know that over time, I started seeing opportunities in areas of career programs and scholarships and so on. And the reason why I decided to bring those to the channel is because, hey, what is the point of sharing how to become a pilot if you're not showing these programs that are actually sponsoring individuals like you, probably, that has no experience in aviation, and you have companies that are sponsoring people to become pilots? So what's the point? So I decided to bring those on. And this year was one of those years that I ended up doing some of that. And honestly, it really worked so well because, of course, a lot of people were subscribing, a lot of people were finding information, and this is something that I really want to emphasize, and that is the fact that it really increased the engagement in the channel. And when I say engagement, whether it's comments, reaching out to me on Instagram, meeting one-on-one on some of you, and I've done a lot of those this year. By the way, I'm a little cold, so sorry about that. Now, here's the deal. 2023 was a successful year. I'll be honest with you, a lot of you were able to get through a speedway program. Well, when I say a lot of you, in comparison to the number of people out there, in terms of the number of potential applicants, a few number of people were able to get through, all right? A lot of you have said thank you for maybe the videos or the whatever, right? The suggestions I made and all that. And I am humbled to say that, I hope I'm part of your story in the future. A lot of you also shared, even though you didn't get through, you learned a lot along the way. And that is something that I think isn't emphasized enough, especially in the face of failure, right? Because we often feel that failure means that you didn't learn or you lost something, when in reality, a failure that is really investigated properly could turn into a huge learning opportunity if you capitalize on it. If you fail to look for the learning opportunities in that lesson or in that failure, then honestly, it becomes a wasted effort. And that is something I don't want you all to forget, okay? The next thing is this. Like I mentioned, when I started this channel, the whole purpose was, okay, I bring all this information to you and we learn and we come better. But there's something I never really thought about, and that is the ability to interact with all of you. And that is, whether it's through the calls that we make or through the one-on-one setup that I schedule. And that's because at the end of it all, sometimes I believe in that interaction. And I'm hoping that going forward, this can even become more structured. One of the things that I will share with you is this. If you have suggestions, if you have questions, if you have any comments that you believe that maybe will be beneficial to the community or to me, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Because at the end of it all, it's a community. We are all here to learn. We're all here to grow together. And if you can interact with me, if you can send me a message, I would always respond. I might not respond right away. I'm going to respond the next day, but I will eventually respond. There's so many messages that I try to respond to each day, and I have limited amount of time. I work, I do other things as well. So I want you to all to feel free and feel comfortable reaching out to me, okay? I always respond eventually. I do respond to everybody. Now let's talk about going into 2024. What are your goals? What are your plans? What are the things you are looking forward to achieving? Is it to start a flight school? Is it to start the next rating that you're working on? Is it to actually become a pilot eventually, like to become a professional pilot the year you want to start looking for that professional job, right? You want to set your goals now. I mean, I hope you already have your goals set, but if you haven't, this is the time to get set, all right? And let it all be known to yourself so that you can consistently work each day towards achieving that goal that you want to achieve. For example, if you're looking into applying to different programs, career programs out there, this is the time to structure it out. What are the programs you can apply for based on your availability, right? One is starting next week, all right, TUI. Another one is starting in March or April. There's so many of them like that you can plan and structure in ways that you have a good approach to them and you start gathering the resources. My goal, all right, is to bring awareness of these programs to the channel, and you can then take these opportunities and use it as it suits you. So for example, if the program applies to your background or you qualify because of where you're from, then that's something you want to list down and note. If it's not something that you apply for, you move to the next one. Remember, I try to bring every opportunity to you. Every of it, all right? All of it. As long as it will benefit some of you, I'll bring it to the channel. It doesn't have to benefit everybody because that's not possible. Everybody, the channel is, this is a worldwide thing, right? Everybody's in different places and not every opportunity will be applicable to everybody. So you have to be able to go through the details yourself and find what is applicable to you. I just wanted to say a big thank you again to all of you. I wanted to say that I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback, all the suggestions that you guys have given. It's been a great year. We're looking forward to 2024 and we are getting ready for even bigger opportunities ahead. I thank you and I'll see you next year.